everyone, and welcome back to Tangle Tower. I'm here with Nico, and we're continuing our way. We just made it to the last room in the whole entire map so far. And we're going to be talking with Mr. Pointer, or Professor Pointer, as he has dubbed himself. Let's look around the room a little bit.
He also goes by Percival Pointer.
Ah, you're right.
It's tidier than my desk. Oh, the notebook is untouched. It's completely blank.
So, even the most well-used notebooks start off blank.
Fair.
A picture frame.
With no picture.
Huh.
Sus.
It's too cloudy to see any stars right now.
It's also daytime.
So why the hell is he looking through the telescope during the day?
He's either looking at burbs or he's peeping.
A spyglass to the stars. Volumes 1 to 12.
They're in very good condition. You know, I've always wanted one of those.
A mechanical solar system? What would you do with it?
I would look at it.
Let's agree with her and look closer.
Wait a minute. Earth in the middle. Sun on the outside.
Huh.
How old is this thing?
Rotate the 5 planets, the sun and the moon around the middle.
Ooh.
Okay, I think I remember this one. So
Yeah, we're supposed to match the lines on the table?
Yeah, with the shadows. Just don't remember where things go. I think this is right. Or close to it. I just don't remember. Okay, that's close.
Pretty close.
Oh, we're really close. I just noticed.
Yeah.
And then just move green a little bit. Hey! I think that's it.
I got it.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Did you hear that? Something unlocked.
There's a little hatch underneath? What's in there?
A bunch of paper. Looks like somebody's research.
Ooh. You want to read this one?
Beetles. Golden beetle. Various research notes and diagrams. I believe that's the 4 symbol. Or, yeah, number 4. IV, or 4. The golden beetle, parentheses, named for his exoskeleton composed of a mineral approximately 90% identical to gold, in parentheses, has a lifespan of several years. It fends off predators with a loud hiss, records of over 95 decibels, and by being completely undigestible. This misted, has a somewhat spurious, I've never heard of that word, spurious reputation for causing ill fortune to those that see it.
And Misted's
Is there more?
Nope, that's it. And Misted's, funny enough, were mentioned in the last game. That's what Boggy was, a Misted. So we're running into it again.
But yeah, it has all the chemical component from the table, and the beetle itself. Just looking at it makes you unfortunate.
I just looked. Nope, I'm gonna save that joke for later.
Anyways,
Pretty.
was there anything else? Yep.
Let's at least introduce ourselves before touching his telescope.
Always a good roll.
Alright.
Shh, listen. Do you hear them? The stars. They're whispering. So quiet, and yet so loud.
What are they whispering about? Are they spreading rumors about us?
I shouldn't think they concern themselves with such insignificance. We are but specks of dust, you and I.
Mm-hmm. Could this speck of dust start by telling me his name?
You find yourself standing in the astronomy tower of one Professor Percival Pointer.
Seems like this tower belongs to the Pointers, and the other one belongs to the Fellows.
Well observed, my dear. Tangle Tower is something of a duality, as it happens. Meaningless boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Helpful.
Alright, tell us about yourself.
Me? Not much to say. Strictly speaking, I'm the current head of the Pointer family. And of course, father to my precious Poppy.
And a professional astronomer?
Oh no, that's just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years, published 17 books.
Just a little hobby.
Sounds like you're quite well known. You must bring in a good amount of money.
Oh dear me, no. My field of research has never yielded any kind of stable financial return, nor would I expect it to. I am nothing but a humble interpreter for the cosmos, working to translate its message so that I may share it with the world.
Cool. Tell the Cosmos I say hi.
The day began as any other, with blissful, unremarkable routine. I took my usual morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does wonders for the mind.
Did you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together. I didn't bother them, of course. I sat for a while besides the pond in the garden. It's a favorite spot of mine. Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried myself in my studies for the afternoon.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
Once the stars began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at my telescope.
Did you see anything?
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So you were all alone up in the astronomy tower. Must have been a while before you found out what had happened to Freya.
Quite. Normally, I would be the last to find out about such a thing. But a curious tug of fate led me towards the fellow tower later that evening.
Care to share?
I was at my telescope for the majority of the evening, but at one point I returned to my desk to look something up in a reference book. I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall. I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library. She looked impatient and slightly frustrated.
Same as ever then?
Quite. I passed her by and went upstairs to Fiona's room. The door was locked, but I could hear shouting coming from inside. I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter. I had no desire to invade their privacy by eavesdropping, so I waited for them to finish and come out into the hall. Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona. It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went up to Flora's tower. Freya was laying on her back, right in the middle of the room. Flora and Fitz were already there. They both looked stoic as ever. Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did, and then Fiona went downstairs with Poppy for some reason. I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Why did you leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help?
Don't take this the wrong way, but the whole ordeal is fellow family business. I'm quite sure they don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.
Boundaries. But you said there were no boundaries, Pointer.
I failed to see your point, Pointer.
I'm just gonna move on.
A listless soul drifting through the ether.
What's wrong with her?
Not sure. She's always been troubled. Comes from a dysfunctional family. I'd say you could ask her about it, but I think you might find that to be a bit of a dead end.
Wow.
He should learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot in life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends.
Yeah,
You know, I call
replace that.
bullshit.
Yeah, I call bullshit too.
Ah, yes, the heiress of Tangle Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge. I dare say she'll confiscate my telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She doesn't seem to be the type to impress her will on others.
Still, keep an eye on her. Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous. Wait, are you two science rivals?
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths. Literally.
Man, this dude just sounds like a bunch of, pettiness? No, that's not quite it, but like, just everything that comes out of his mouth about just the fellows is just harsh.
Yeah.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
His face! Like that destroyed him!
What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
Huh. That's...
So either they divorced or she died.
yeah.
So I think my theory on freaking... I think they're the same, like, talking to the audience. I don't think Emily Everstone is the red-haired girl, but I think she's part of the same family. So, curiouser and curiouser.
I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
Whoa.
True fact.
Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time. Until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship.
Okay then.
My Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Oh no, I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away.
Okay, like, trying to remember the whole family tree is making me confused, because I'm forgetting now who belongs to who.
We can check after talking to him. It might
That
actually
might help me out later, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody could deny her talent. She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was. The fault may well lie with me for failing to inspire her. But I think she was captivated by more tangible things here on Earth. My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I've begun to notice her by herself, wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours. She must have explored every inch of the grounds 100 times over. Quite a restless spirit, I think. I'm surprised she chose to live at Tangle Tower as long as she did. Where on earth did you find that?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar. I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Oh, yeah?
The knife with real blood on it? The whole thing is rather vulgar. Pointer property originally, purloined by the fellows. Typical. I haven't seen that tape for a long time. Who broke it?
No idea.
Ah, well, possessions are fleeting, my friends. Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
Nothing. At the moment. It was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license.
Damn.
This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know. Freya was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
What a fascinating interpretation.
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
Not wrong.
These were drawn by Freya? She must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
Poppy's two closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there. That's a very old book, isn't it? Looks like someone could have taken better care of it.
I like the look of a well-read book. Better than one that's never been opened.
Ah, well put. A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary. Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it. What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all. Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me. Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fish man.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes. What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either.
Okay.
Okay then.
Oh, my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother?
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall. I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears?
Whenever I've seen him, yes. I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue.
Damn.
That's rather a small cage for 3 birds, isn't it? But then, aren't we all trapped in a cage? What kind of flower is that?
We're not sure. I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
Something I just
Well,
now noticed about that flower,
is
though.
most definitely none of my business.
Yeah.
Didn't the pot have like a little heart in the front of it?
It did.
I just now realized that.
Quite possibly none of yours either.
Care to explain what this was doing?
So,
And locked away?
we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. I think it must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
He's hiding something. And also something I just
Isn't the
realized.
process of decay
Sorry.
fascinating?
No worries.
Delay.
Are we missing like one clue? Because the fact that there's like an empty spot in the bottom right corner of all these clues is just bothering me.
It looks like it, doesn't it? It smiles.
It's not really decaying. It's plastic.
It's becoming one with nature, all the same.
Alright, anyhow. Oh,
That's all the statements.
fair.
Let's go over them all.
Did we want to go over all the statements? Or actually, before we do that,
Yeah, I would like to like go back to the previous people and see what else they have to say about the rest of the family. Or the rest of the residents, I should say.
okay. Well, let's go that way to refresh your memory. Go here first and go check out the family tree.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
So,
Okay, let's start from the top right for me. We have Lord Pointer and Lady Pointer. It goes down to Percival Pointer. That's the one that is currently up in the tower. Let's see.
he had a sister
He-
named Pandora Pointer, and they
Who's-
had Penelope.
Yeah, they had Penelope Pointer, which is the bird lady.
Mhm.
Then there's Percival Pointer and Primrose Remington, and they both had Poppy Pointer. Okay.
Mhm.
Primrose seems to be a sibling of a Richard and a Flora Remington.
Which Richard Remington was our victim in the last case.
And they are all the children of Lord Remington and Lady Remington. Going further left, we have Flora Remington, which is one of the siblings of Primrose, Actually, did he say that Primrose, did she die or leave?
Well, let's check.
Primrose Remington. I guess she doesn't live here anymore.
That's no help. But I forget what he said, but whatever it is, Flora is the
she went away.
sibling. Yeah, she is the sibling of Primrose. Flora and this Felix had Fiona, or Fifi, the scientist in the left.
Mm-hmm.
Felix is also the sibling of Flint. And they
Flint
were the
and-
children.
Yeah,
Yep.
Flint and Emily had Fitz fellow.
Yes. Yeah, and Flint and Felix are the children of Lord and Lady Fellow. And Lord Fellow and Selena Stonetop apparently had Felicia Fellow, but they've not made an appearance as of yet. And this Felicia Fellow and Damien Dusk had Freya Fellow, but none of those
Our
names have
victim.
also...
Freya is our victim.
Oh, right, yeah.
Freya Fellow.
The murder victim.
She's barely related to the main family at all.
Thank you for the reminder. Okay, so going back to the right just one more time so I can refresh my memory. There's Percival, then there's Penelope, then there's Poppy, the daughter, then there's Primrose, the mother, who knows where she is. Fiona is the heir, which happens to be the daughter of Felix and Flora. Felix is nowhere to be seen, but Felix is the brother of Flint, who is going through a
No, back it up. Felix is here. Flint is not here.
Oh, I was going... Okay, wrong siblings. You sure?
Yeah, cause watch.
Flint Fellow. I guess he doesn't live here anymore.
Oh, my bad.
Felix
memory
Fellow.
sucks.
We met him. He's one of the suspects.
Okay, fair enough. So this Flint person is currently somewhere. We don't see him or Emily, but whoever those two are, they birthed Fitz, who is the gardener.
Mm-hmm. And then
Okay, I'm
last
good.
but not least, Freya Fellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we want to talk to everyone about all the other members of the family?
Hold it.
Yes.
Why is there a question mark in the bottom left?
That's where we have to go to talk about the statements.
Never mind then. So let's go back through the residents of this entire place and talk about the other resident. So I guess starting from right to left then?
So Penelope first.
Yep. So she doesn't have much to say other than I want to hear her thoughts on Percival.
Can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion, I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized it.
And that's about it for Penelope.
Oh, did we want to ask her about this?
Ah, true, yeah, let's go through the rest of the stuff too.
Yes, it's my, my flower.
You don't
Huh.
like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
How?
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We do that.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business. Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I. Freya, perhaps. I know she was
Freya?
always very fond of grubby little things like this.
All right.
Noted.
She was. Oh, I forgot to show this.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
There's something about
Oh.
those petals we found in Penny's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Let's ask her. Suspicion time. Am I right?
Yeah, we found this.
Oh, that.
As you know.
That's nothing.
You
You
wrote,
sure?
"Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from Red Roses?
They're from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses. And who they belong to.
The drawings.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at. But it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those two bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My
Oh.
dears, what are you accusing me of?
One of Penny's birds. was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz. But I think this is right. Something around that.
One of Penny's birds
Yep.
was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything
Bullshit.
like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
Why Tabitha
We need
in
a clue to
particular?
compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
Probably the feathers.
Yep.
Let's take a closer look at these.
I already see a similar one. Do you see it?
Yeah, the yellow and green one.
It was left behind by Penny's bird when visiting the rooftop.
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
I can't stand it! Knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days. But being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
Damn. Okay
Damn.
then. Alright. Now, Poppy?
Yep, next up is Poppy.
I'm ready for some more poetry.
That music change.
Eavesdrop what the stars are saying. Earthly tether, slowly fraying. Floating, helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.
This guy's head in the clouds over fucking jealousy and greed.
As like his soup.
Sorry. Go ahead.
As something like his head is too far into space when he really should be more down to earth. Is what I got from that.
Feathers flashing in the light. I shield
Oop,
my
damn it.
eyes and turn my head.
I'll do it again. Hold
Light
on. There we go.
Feathers flashing in the light, from a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage.
Not quite sure what I got from that.
Like, she's very out there, but despite being out there, she's trapped. Oh, right, there's some stuff we can show her.
Yeah.
The picture of you.
I don't know what that is.
You sure?
Weird, considering we found it hidden in your room.
Well, my room is full of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there. I don't mean like... Please stop talking to me.
Honestly, like I like how her hip juts out like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mine.
What's so special about
What's
it?
so special about
Yeah, it
it?
belongs to Primrose.
I got it from my teacher. It's the first piece I ever learned.
How long have you been playing?
Since the day I turned 6. Family tradition. I was really excited to start learning. As soon as I got out of my first lesson, I told Freya and Fifi all about it. When I arrived at my second lesson the next day, Freya was there too. She hadn't asked permission, just showed up. For 2 whole years, the teacher taught us both.
Was Freya any good?
She would have been even better than me if she'd stuck with
Ooh.
it. But one day, she just stopped coming to lessons.
Why?
That's just it. There was no reason. That's when I realized things were different for her.
Hmm. Can you play it for
Can you
us?
play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
Okay.
Do you know where those earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belonged to
Uh-huh.
Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones. Like he's in the recording studio with his guitar. No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. Can't remember exactly.
Bullshit.
I see a lot of birds up in the rooftop garden. They seem to really like it up there.
Why's that?
It's quiet.
Fair enough.
I think it's kind of cruel to keep 3 birds in one cage like that.
Does Penny not let them out to fly?
Oh, she does. She must do. But I don't think they're allowed to go far. Penny can be a little protective. Never seen that one before. Was it in the greenhouse?
No. We found it in Penny's room.
Right.
Hmm.
Those petals.
What about them?
It's nothing. They're just unusual. You get some weird insects around here, but I've never seen one like that.
I'm not sure anyone has.
Freya might have. She used to keep beetles in a box in her room.
Why?
For fun, obviously.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't see this beetle, because it's actually a bad omen.
Yep.
Next would
Alright.
be Fitz.
Fitz.
Yep.
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing? Recently.
Good. It's good. Poppy and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah.
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
What's with the broken glass?
Any idea who this is?
No idea. Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right. Of course. Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
That is genius.
We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, it could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone. Penelope's 3 favorite birds. She's very protective over them.
Are they, like, her pets? Do they have names?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name things.
Do you remember what she named them?
I do not.
See how I say I don't think they're doing well.
Yeah.
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to. Those petals, they,
What?
they're red.
Nice save.
I've seen beetles with brightly colored shells, metallic shells even. They're relatively common, especially around here. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. It's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
Alright, and then it was
Hexaw. Hexaw or Hawkshaw?
Hawkshaw.
Hawk. That was close.
I'll say this, he's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse, but I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers in secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless.
What does she mean by restless?
Professor Pointer's a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself.
That's it?
What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
I find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoiled child.
Penny must be at least 25.
27. Just makes it worse.
Damn.
Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite. The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from the earth? This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around. Some breed of amphibious humanoid, potentially bipedal, although none of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
Who's that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Strange. Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same? Yeah?
Damn.
One of 3 statues depicting the same creature. This one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're not headphones. They're earmuffs. For blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music. Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
Oh, not yet. Did you see some suspicious leaves?
3 birds, 1 cage. What makes them worth keeping cooped up, I wonder? Would they not be happier flying free?
But then they might fly away from Tangle Tower entirely.
I wonder if they would. You consider that important evidence, do you? These people really are ridiculous, aren't they? Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it.
I have several theories, but they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them.
Damn.
Ouch. Okay then. Then we have
Next
Fifi.
would be Fifi.
Name, Haksha. Age, unknown. Profession, private detective. Likes, quote, being left alone. Dislikes, quote, being constantly badgered by a weirdo nerd with a clipboard.
Ouch.
Name, Fitzfellow. Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes, soil. Dislikes, electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So, what's your problem?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
Oh.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
What?
A knife?
Huh.
Are you sure it's a
Name,
knife and not the
Percival
trowel?
Pointer. Age, 57. Profession, none.
Just saying.
I was like, are you sure it's a knife and not a trowel?
There.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
Oh yes, of course. How uncharacteristically forgetful of me. Name, Penelope Pointer. Age, 27. Profession, ornithologist. Likes, birds. Dislikes, insects. Notes, Penelope is very beautiful. I have never had very much in common with her. Name, Poppy Pointer. Age, 19. Profession, Apparently Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession, I had of course originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Oh, that's good.
Oh god, we got a lot. Okay.
A book.
Yep.
My book.
And what's in it?
Pages.
Heh.
Freya drew these,
Yeah, I think so. There's a note on the back.
but she never showed them to me.
Well, I think it was a gift for your mother, like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh yes, it has a telescopic lens. It can only be used for looking at things that are far away. The fruit here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless, unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends
On what?
on the structural integrity of your teeth. That blade,
It's a troll for gardening.
it is.
I think we just concluded.
Yep.
Why did Poppy leave shards of glass all over this statue?
What makes you think it was Poppy?
The statue lives in the music room. Who else would it be?
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea.
Sure.
That threw you off. Oh,
Yeah.
We gotta go fast.
An item from Poppy's childhood. Her earliest piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never graced me with the details, and I am not forthcoming enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are, yes.
But
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my company.
is it anything to do with Freya?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her concerns simply lie elsewhere.
Sure.
It is a flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what. Who is this her to whom the message refers?
Well, I don't know exactly.
Then how can I meaningfully evaluate this object? Next!
Alright.
Now
Good.
this is interesting. Where did you find it?
In the astronomy tower.
And yet, it does not concern the field of astronomy.
Nope.
In fact, you could even say that entomology is the exact opposite of astronomy.
Yeah, you could.
I would not say that, however.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No, it would be quite naive. To study science in any field is to study the connections between all matter in the universe, living or inanimate.
Don't forget the feathers and bird and loot
What
statue.
a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands. I am scared of birds.
Why?
It is an irrational fear. I have no suitable explanation.
Oh, what's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues.
There's something about that diary we found in Fifi's room.
Ooh.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
There's something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower.
Oh no.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
There's something about
God.
Hawkshaw's handheld microscope. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Oh god. We
What?
found the mother load of stuff to do.
boy.
We got a few minutes.
We might want to hold off for the next video then.
Yeah. We'll hold it off. Sorry, guys. But until then, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Never, never gonna wake up.